All right, so welcome to today's class, and today we'll be solving tutorial sheet 4, which happens to be about equilibrium forces. So this is also another very important topic, and it is actually going to be blending forces together with vectors. And that's the reason we started dealing with vectors first before we move to forces. And today we'll be looking at what we call equilibrium forces. And what we should understand about these things is that when you are saying something is at equilibrium, that means that object is not experiencing any form of acceleration. It is not moving anywhere. It is balanced by the forces that are being applied on that particular object. So which means the summation of the forces that will be acting in whichever direction of that object should be zero, because that's the only way we're not going to have a resultant force that will be causing acceleration, or that will be causing an effect or momentum or motion on that particular object. So if you look at this topic, everything that we're going to be looking at will be actually objects that are termed as being at equilibrium, which means they are not moving. They are balanced by all the forces that are actually attached to or that are actually acting to that particular object. So without wasting much time, let's go to question 1. Question 1 is saying the figure below shows a model dolphin in a museum. The dolphin is held by, or the dolphin is held in equilibrium by two cables, A and B. So we can already see where the cables are. We have cable B there, and then we have cable A there. Calculate the mass M of the dolphin. Calculate the mass M of the dolphin. So they've given us the two cables, and those two cables are the ones that are applying a particular force on this dolphin. So we have tension in this cable, which is holding this dolphin, and we also have tension in this cable. So we can call this tension 1, tension 2 there. Then what other force do we have? We have the mass or the weight of this dolphin. And this weight is going to be pointing straight downwards or vertically downwards. So I'm going to have my weight there as my other force, which means how many forces am I having? I'm having 3 forces. I have tension 1, I have tension 2, and the tension and weight of the dolphin here. So these are the 3 forces that are acting on this particular object. And since this object is at equilibrium, that means the 3 forces that we're having here are balanced. I hope we understand that. So if they are balanced, what are we going to do? We are going to look at the forces that are acting in the horizontal axis, and we're also going to look at the forces that are acting in the vertical axis. And we've said both of these summations of these forces should be equal to what? Should be equal to 0, because that's the only way we are having a resultant force of 0. And hence this object isn't moving to any other position. It has maintained its equilibrium position. So let me just draw a free body diagram. So we have the dolphin there with force like that. Then we have tension there. We also have tension there. Let me just try and visualize the question. Okay, so we have such a case. We have a dolphin with weight W there. Then this line is a bit up. We have a vertical line there. Then we have theta, 50 degrees at that point. Then we have a horizontal line there. Then we have theta, 10 degrees here. Then we have tension in this cable, which is 87.4 newtons. Then we have tension also in this cable, which is 68.0 newtons, like this. So these are the forces that are acting on this particular object. And I said, since this is at equilibrium, that means the summation of forces in the x-axis and summation of forces in the y-axis are equal to what? Are equal to 0. So I'm going to say summation of forces in the x should be equal to 0, or the summation of forces in the y should also be equal to what? Should also be equal to 0. So now let's resolve these forces that have been given here into their respective x and the y axis. So if we look at tension 1 here, we call this tension 1 and this tension 2. We're going to notice that we have these forces. Tension 1 should be resolved into its x-axis and its y-axis. I mean, yeah, it's y-axis. And if we look at tension 2, it is also resolved. It should also be resolved into its x-axis and its y-axis, like that. Also, if we look at the weight of this dolphin, it is already pointing vertically downwards, which means it is only existing in the y-axis or in the negative y-axis. So which means if I want to resolve this, I'm going to say tension 1, this y component which we have here. Let's look at tension 1, this guy. The y component that we have here This one is away from the theta, which means it is going to carry what? It is going to carry a sign. Hence, in the y-axis, what am I going to have? I'm going to have 68 sine 68 sine 10 degrees, like that. The x-axis is the one which is adjacent, or the x component is the one which is adjacent to the 10 degrees, so it is going to carry a cosine. So I'm going to say 68 cos 10 degrees here. The same thing is going to apply on tension number 2, because we know to say the component that is adjacent to the theta, the 50 degrees that we've been given here, is the y component, which means the y component is the one which is going to carry a cosine. So the y component is going to be 87.4 cos 50 degrees, whilst the x component is going to be 87.4 sine 50 degrees, like this. So these are the components of tension 1 and tension 2. Then weight, we know to say weight is pointing in the in the y-axis only, in the negative y-axis only. So I'm going to say my summation of forces in the x-axis will be equal to what? Will be equal to 0. And which forces do I have in the x-axis? I'm going to take the forces that are pointing to the right as positive and the forces that are pointing to the left as negative. The same thing is going to apply in the y-axis. The forces that are pointing up will be positive, whilst the forces that are pointing down will be negative. So what forces do I have in the x? I have 87.4 sine 50. This should be equal to what? This should be equal to 68 cos 10 degrees. So I've put, since I said the forces pointing to the right and the forces pointing to the left should be equal, which means this is the scenario that I'm supposed to have, which means I'm going to say 87.4 sine 50 minus 68 cos 10 degrees. This should be equal to what? This should be equal to 0. This is the summation of our forces in the x-axis. So the weight that we are looking for is actually falling in the y-axis. So let's also do the same in the y-axis. I'm going to say summation of forces in the y will be equal to 0. What forces do we have in the y? We have 3 forces in the y-axis. We have 68 sine 10 and 87.4 cos 50. Then we have W. So what are we going to say? We're going to say in the y-axis, our 68 sine 10, since I've said the forces that are pointing up are going to be considered negative, plus 87.4 sine 50 degrees minus W. This should be equal to what? This should be equal to 0. This is giving me 68 sine 10 degrees plus 87.4 sine 50 degrees. This should be equal to what? Should be equal to W. And we're looking for W, which means from this expression in the y-axis, we can directly calculate the weight of the dolphin. From this expression, we can calculate the weight of the dolphin. So let's plug this expression into our calculator. So I have my 68 sine 10. 68 sine 10 as 11.808 plus 87.4. Is it sine? Why am I having sine on the? No, okay, so the y, yes, this one is having a cos, not a sine. Cos 50, 84 cos 50 degrees. This is giving me 56.18. This will be equal to W, which is the weight of the dolphin. So I'm going to say 11.808 plus 56.18. This is giving me 67.988 newtons as the weight of the dolphin. So, ladies and gentlemen, the weight of this dolphin is 67.988. Is there anyone with a question? Up to this point, is there anyone who is lagging behind and needs some clarification? Okay, if there's no question, then we can proceed to finish the question. We know to say weight is equal to mass multiplied by what? Multiplied by gravity. That means our mass is going to be equal to what? Our mass will be equal to this weight that we've calculated divided by gravity, which is 9.81 meters per second squared. So this value that we've calculated there, we're just going to divide it with the value of gravity, which is 9.81. And I'm going to get the mass of the dolphin as 6.93. 6.93 kilograms. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the mass of the dolphin as 6.93 kilograms.